These two pieces of information can fill in Abigail's timeline that night until her death. When was she last seen before she died? I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. That's right. She was seen at a restaurant that she was a frequent customer at. The one with her at the time was, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Correct. She was witnessed there with her boss. Afterwards, she left the restaurant alone. The reason she left was, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes, a phone call caused her to leave the restaurant immediately. But where did this call come from? I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. It's most likely that the killer called her from the public phone, then waited for the victim to arrive and ambushed her. That would be what happened on Abigail's last night in this world. From the sketch, the murderer was wearing a mask. Now I know what that white shard from the fireplace was. It must have been from the mask that the murderer was wearing while committing the crimes.
Solid evidence, and why the guy looks like Darth Vader, I have no idea. And why the guy looks like Darth Vader, I have no idea.
Why would the murderer throw the mask into the fireplace? Whatever the reason, it helps to sort everything out. Okay, I need to sort out the information I have on him. My main concern right now is the costume worn by whoever killed the two women. How did it end up in the fireplace in the Plunker residence, where Alma was murdered? The most logical reason that can be considered at the moment is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes, putting it in the fireplace could be an attempt to destroy it. And if that is the case, something strikes me as odd about how Joseph, Alma's husband, was acting. That is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes, he confessed to Alma's murder from the very beginning. If he was willing to confess, what reason would he have to hide any evidence? Let's assume for a moment that someone else is the real killer. Can we follow this hypothetical person's steps? This person would have killed both Alma and Abigail. The first person to be killed would have been, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. I can't mess around with it.
Good Abigail's found.
Right. Alma's corpse was found first, but Abigail had been killed before that. In other words, the killer wore a costume to kill Abigail, then killed Alma the next day, after which the costume was discarded into the fireplace. However, we haven't found the murder weapon yet. There were no traces of it in the fireplace. The killer would also have some connection to the two victims as well. We can assume that Abigail personally knew the murderer. The reason for this is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Right. She received a phone call from a payphone to call her out. The killer knew Abigail's phone number, and Abigail rushed out right after receiving the call. It's unreasonable to think that she would do that for someone she didn't know. Similarly, there's a good chance that Joseph knows the killer as well. This is because I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes. If that wasn't so, Joseph would have no reason to defend whoever killed his wife. So, is the killer someone that the entire Parker family would be acquainted with?
Dr. Kimishima, sorry to keep you waiting. We've taken a look at the clock we recovered from the Parker house and...
Alyssa? What are you doing there?
I can hear you. This guy let me in.
Little guy?
This girl said that she really had to talk to you.
All right. Alyssa, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I need to do some work with the man you're with. Be a good girl and be quiet for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So, about that clock.
Yes, I heard that much. Get to it.
As you mentioned, the decoration on the clock matches the wound on the corpse's head. It probably fell off the desk and struck the victim's head. This may have happened while she was struggling with her assailant.
I see. Is it possible for that wound to have been the cause of death?
No, that's impossible. The impact wouldn't have been enough to kill someone.
Yeah.
I inspected the exterior of the clock, but it doesn't seem that damaged either.
I see. Then. Little guy? What's that sound?
Sorry. Looks like this clock is the kind that plays a little tune.
Hey, Naomi?
Alyssa, you said that you'd keep quiet.
I'm sorry, but that clock is broken.
Broken? Where?
I mean, I know how this song goes,
I don't.
but this one part sounds all weird.
Huh?
I have no idea.
Little guy, has anybody looked inside the clock?
1 second. Dr. Kimishima, there's something inside.
We may have found just what we're looking for. Thank you, Alyssa.
Okay.
I want to know more about this weapon, little guy.
Oh yeah, no problem. It has an X-shaped cross section. It's 25 centimeters long. It's thinner at the tip, and it's shaped more like a steak than a knife. This isn't a commercially available weapon. This is just a piece of steel with sharpened edges.
Huh. So the killer made it?
It seems that way. It's a poor cutting implement, but it could certainly be used for stabbing.
I see. This could be the weapon. The shape on the end of the weapon's hilt appears to match the bruise on Alma's hand. This bruise could be from Alma pushing her hand against the hilt of the weapon. If that's the case, then the person who used this weapon would have to be... I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. I cannot make any more mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, just been really.
Cannot make any more mistakes.
Wait.
Yes, Alma didn't stab herself, and there were obvious attempts to hide evidence after Alma's death. One such piece of evidence is... Yes, someone tried to destroy the costume Alma wore in the fireplace. Another piece is... Indeed, the weapon Alma is believed to have used was hidden inside the clock.
One person was able to do this.
Yes, now we can finally see everything that happened in this case.
So, conclusion reached. Now I have to put the courage of the events in the right way. These cases just get weirder and
Let's put
weirder.
together the truth of what happened. In a way, you could say Alma Parker is the first victim. She had a gigantic tumor within her prefrontal lobe. The conditions caused by the tumor changed her. This card has the evidence of that. Yes, she believed her hallucinations were divine visions. Parting with the world, her beloved daughter was first. It was that same love that led to Alma's attack. This card proves the violence Alma carried out on her Abigail. Indeed. She put on a mask and fur, then killed her. That's why Abigail failed to recognize her own mother. Instead, she kept screaming in order to warn Alma away. Abigail's last words are proof of that. After the murder, Alma tried to guide her child's soul. The proof of that is on this card.
Souls don't need to be guided.
This is likely what Mrs. Bowen witnessed. But Alma thought she had failed to save Abigail's soul. In order to guide the soul to its rightful place, Alma felt the sigil needed to be applied before death. So she made careful preparations for Joseph's murder. The evidence of that is shown on this card. Yes, but this plan failed to work. Joseph woke from the pain and struggled with her in a panic. This card tells us the evidence of that. Alma wore the mask and fur again to kill her husband. That's why Joseph didn't know it was Alma attacking him. He desperately caught her hand, resisting her. And in the ensuing struggle, they fell, stabbing Alma. When Joseph removed his attacker's mask, he realized it was first thought that both cases had the same murderer. But with so many mysteries solved, I know that can't be. This is the card with proof of the reason why that is. Yes. After Alma's death, someone erased evidence of her guilt. No matter how it was done, it couldn't have been Alma. And so the truth of this card is brought to light. I can't mess around anymore. It's time to get serious. This person wanted to hide Alma's crimes. First, her costume was destroyed in the fireplace. The weapon she used was hidden within a clock in the house. Another knife was used to make Alma seem like a victim. This card shows who took this effort to exonerate people. Joseph knew Alma was not a woman who could commit murder. Her bizarre acts were a result
Yeah,
of
she
her
didn't want
brain.
to.
Even then, she still loved her husband and cared about him. Her final words are proof of that.
Joseph, my love, I'm sorry. I can't save you.
This is the truth behind how her life's light was put out.
This is a weird one.
Naomi, you have a call from Mr. Parker.
Yes, I was just thinking about visiting you. All right, I'll be there soon.
Will you be all right? If you think there's any danger.
Chief, what do you think love is? true love in which each thought of the other to the end. That may well have been the integral part of this case.
I can't guarantee it's any good. Alma always make coffee.
Thank you.
My wife, she was the best companion a man could hope for. Even when I was stubborn or angry, she still loved me.
Mr. Parker, it's my duty to uncover the truth.
Why is there an overlap in there? Like, her hair is going through her eye. Like, that's just.
Even if you'll be misunderstood and wanted to kill her, you wanted to hide the fact that Alma tried to kill you.
I'd be better off if she had killed me. There's absolutely no way she'd kill me without a cause. She must have had some reason for what she did. Please, if it ends like this, I will be known as a lunatic. You have to find out what truly happened to my wife. Please.
Yes, I will. That's
There's
my
a
duty.
job to determine what exactly happened, how exactly the crime was committed, if one was committed.
I'm never jealous.
Yeah, it's a job to determine how someone died and if there was a crime committed, how it happened.
Oh, here you are, Dr. Kimishima. I was looking for you.
I see. What do you want?
I have the report.
Tell me all about it, right now.
All right. Her brain tumor was kind of strange.
Strange? Could you be any more vague? Were you actually present at the autopsy?
Well, yes, but it was a condition I've never seen. The tissue around the tumor was black. Nobody knows why.
Black. Same as with Veronica. Remove that tumor. I'll have a friend at Recertum check it. And I want the death certificate made by the end of the day.
You want me to do all that?
Yeah, it's
No
Tom's job.
excuses. Get to it right now.
Yeah, it's a job to
I'm on
examine
it.
stuff. It's a job to examine clues and evidence. It's her job to gather them and solve the case.
An old woman losing her mind. What in the world is going on?
Okay. Next time on Trauma Team, we will be doing Maximum Annoyance. See you guys then.